Although I think I've got it high enough to get above that tree, right?
I don't know.
Hopefully. Okay. Let's make sure that we are live again. Come on. Okay.
You was live.
Streaming.
Now it says live.
It does. Yes. Okay, good. Okay, we are live again. Sorry about that. Everybody was so excited to hear me talk for a second there, and then I ruined it. Actually, technically, Swolby ruined it because he was supposed to send our feed back to 720 from 1080, which was high resolution, and he didn't do it. Although I'm looking at the output now, and we have all green lines. So we did have a movement on our Starlink, so maybe that hurt too. Hopefully we stay green from now on and we don't get kicked off. I do apologize for those of you who were tuning in. We're going to give it a second here and let people find us one more time. Hopefully I can see who is tuning in. Sarah Nicholson with a thumbs up already, though. Well, we just saw Ed. Well, this is a good time, by the way, for me to eat, so hang tight, folks. I'm going to slam this and wait for people to get back on.
We get to watch Drew eat live.
That's the best part of the day.
Best part of my day.
What's he got over there? Let's see. Sausage, tomato, maybe some egg on there. Some bacon.
Yep.
Sausage and bacon.
A little cheese. Hopefully it's doused in Miracle Whip.
It's not.
Nah,
It's not.
wouldn't eat it.
I'm being good. You guys can talk, by the way.
Thanks for your permission.
I made sure not to meet you guys.
I just challenged Caleb Greathouse, or I asked him why didn't he stop and get his tickets. He hasn't responded yet.
Sorry I didn't get enough for both of you guys.
That's all right.
It's so good.
It's a beautiful day, Coach Ford.
It is nice out. It's supposed to be a good weekend, and then, unfortunately, next week the rain's going to come back, they say.
Or fortunately, it depends on how you look at it.
It's not good for baseball.
Not good for baseball, that's true. It's not. But it is good for growing hay and pasture. The rain is all in the eyes of the beholder.
The value of the rain.
We got 10 people watching me slam food right now.
pretty good looking sandwich.
It's really good. And it's not bad. Good for me, sort of.
Coach Ford, we're not very good talkers without Drew.
Yeah, I thought you guys were going to have a morning show on my station. What's going on here?
Well, that's different, right?
It is different.
Yeah. We could do a morning show. It would have to be done pretty early, though. It would be like an early morning show, like 5 to 7.
It's like they used to have the late, late show.
Be the early
It'd
show.
be the early, early show.
Yeah. Dwayne Wayne,
Johnny Rocket.
and Johnny Rocket.
You're going at 5 a.m. You're getting your own keys. I'm not coming in.
Well, just have to get them made for us.
Just leave it under the flower pot next to the door. Under the welcome rug.
I will make an announcement while Drew's eating, though. Just talked with Billy Moorhead. His maroon sponsorship is from Slate Auto and Transmission. The $500 sponsorship is from Slate Towing. They are two different entities, and he is sponsored
Wow,
with
so
both.
He's another sponsor.
So he has sponsored
So I
both.
got to write that down.
Yes, Slate Auto and Transmission, as well as Slate Towing.
That guy. What a dude. What a dude.
Yes, Billy again is another person who has been for football has been a long-time corporate sponsor of Raider football and has been our rock when it comes to sponsorship year in, year out. We appreciate that. It takes a lot of money in a year's run to make a football program, just a football program, let alone all other athletic programs run. And
I wouldn't let Benny cut my hair if I were you.
we appreciate everything that Billy's done for us.
Yeah, he is another one. So you look at that list of sponsors, and you can see year in and year out people that are always on board helping us. And actually, though, this community steps up every time we have to do something. It's unbelievable what they are able to help us do.
It is. We raise a lot of money, and I know our businesses get bombarded. We realize that, and that's the whole reason that Coach Ford and I have put this rally together. Kind of a selling point is we're going to come to you once.
One time.
One time, as far as Coach Ford and I go, and that's it. We want to come to you once for a big event, and then we're not gonna come knocking anymore until this time again next year. And so happy that so many of our sponsors from last year were ready and willing to jump right back in this year. We started the first day and sent out some text messages, and it was an explosion, wasn't it, Coach Ford?
Instantly. You're like, yeah, we're back on board.
Yep, they were happy to jump back in and be a part of the rally again, and we truly appreciate the continued support of the businesses that jump in there and do it year in and year out.
And again, it's this rally helps all sports. We split this money between football and general athletics, and it helps everybody. It helps every single athlete at the high school. Drew asked earlier what the money goes for, and that's what the money's going for. What more specifically for athletic wise, my two main expenses are officials and transportation are my two biggest expenses, and actually that pretty much takes care of everything that I take in from this Raider rally and from all my gates.
And
that's
the
what my
gates.
money goes to. Officials alone, I mean, they do 7-man. If you just want to talk about football, they do 7-man crews in football, and we're $700 in the hole. before the game even starts. So they get $100 a piece. So basketball game, we're $460 every night. We have a basketball game in the hole before we start.
And there's
So-
20 home basketball games.
Right. So all that adds up in a hurry, and then you put transportation on top of that, which is a bigger expense than officials. So people always wonder, well, what's all this gate money go to? Why do you need all this money? Well, it doesn't go very far on other things than transportation and officials. That's our two biggest. And every now and then I save up money, and we were able to put new standards for the track team this year for the pole vault pit.
The money that we were able to raise last year at the rally was able to go. You were able to have extra money to do that.
Right. So it is spent other places and well worth the investment for the kids. Every kid benefits.
What's a new down marker cost, Coach Ford?
The
Which, a down marker. There's Jake Watson. Down markers are at risk each and every game because if a kid gets run out of bounds and hits a down marker, it gets bent, gets broken, you got to replace that. What did we pay for a new down marker last year?
a new down marker for the electronic one or for the dial down?
Well, the dial down,
was about $400.
which you can't see from the home sideline. It's hard to see. $400.
$400.
And the new LED one that can be seen across the field,
Right at $1,000.
$1,000. It's crazy. It is crazy that amount of money just and a whole chain set's about $1,800,
Yes.
and that's something that has to be had, or you can't have a game.
So the money from doing this stuff that we go out and raise money for, it is not wasted. It is definitely, like I said, a good investment for the kids of Roane County. And we cannot thank you enough for what you guys continue to do out there.
Yeah, and on our end, to put in a little bit of perspective for football, helmets by themselves are about, in today's world, about $550 a piece, and we all know from past events, it is incredibly important to keep high quality helmets on these kids' heads and keep them as safe as possible. Our reconditioner now also fits our helmets and keeps a catastrophic injury insurance on those guys that he fits. And because of that, these helmets roll off the shelf in 5 years. So we only wear a helmet for 5 years, and it has to be replaced. You buy 10 to 12 helmets a year, you're talking somewhere between $6,000 to $7,000 each year just to purchase helmets alone.
And to recondition the ones you have.
And to recondition the ones you have is about $4,500.
That's another expense that athletics pays.
And then for us, for football, if you buy a dozen footballs a year, it costs you about $1,500. And we just got an email early in the week that footballs are going up 10%. So a $120 football will now be $132.
Yikes. What's been happening, guys?
Tickets. $100. Ticket. Text me. That guy's got more money he knows what to do with.
More money than Colonel Sanders. So what have you guys been talking about? I've been gone for a while in my own head eating.
We've been talking about prices that are endured each year through athletics and football.
Yeah, people don't think about that sometimes, but to even run a game is relatively expensive for Toby Ford, and to equip your guys is incredibly expensive. In fact, we have a question out there from Billy Moorhead from Slate. He said, how much does it cost to replace or refurbish a helmet?
We just spoke about that.
Did you? I missed that.
Helmets are $550 a piece, and we usually send off about 40 helmets to recondition, and that price is about $4,500 to $5,000 to do that each and every year. So just to take care of helmets year in, year out, you're talking about $10,000.
Well, you're talking about the noggins of these kids, so I want to get the best stuff and make sure it is properly working as well. So we are back online. Sorry, folks, that we had to get cut off. It's Swolby's fault. Everybody blames Swolby. Make sure that you message him and blame him for the fact that he did not turn us back down to 720, because we were working with great Wi-Fi the last time we were broadcasting, and yeah, he forgot. So we're back on, and it seems like we're holding steady with the new signal, and hopefully we'll be good to go. Sorry for those people who were matching earlier, but we did have a couple of things I wanted to get out there on the challenges. Ben Ashley, of course, has challenged already. He did it on his Facebook account personally, but he is challenging all of his former teammates at Roane County High School in whatever sport they played together to buy tickets to the event. Again, June 7th, coming up in about a month on a Saturday evening right here in Spencer, West Virginia, out of Steel Hollow Estates. Great evening is to come. So he's challenging them. Of course, Ed Nicholson from ECI, already a sponsor, came over here, bought 2 more tickets. He's challenging every other contractor or handyman in town to match his sponsorship or buy tickets. Either one would be fine. Also, speaking of Billy Moorhead with Slate Towing, I did send a message to Will's Towing. So I sent a message because Will's was challenged by Slate Towing and Recovery to match their $500 donation on top of the maroon sponsorship that they have as well.
I had
different business.
Different business. Slate Auto and Transmission was maroon, and Slate Auto and Towing is now white.
So Slate Towing and Recovery is challenging Will's Towing, so the towing company's getting involved here, getting ready to go to fisticuffs. But I did message Will nicely with Will's Towing, and I told him about the situation. We'll see if he responds. So that challenge has been put out. We'll see if we get a response from that. Who am I missing? Doug Walker, DW Excavating, who is a maroon sponsor, has challenged Paramount Surveying and Matt Painter to respond. Weren't those guys teammates? Weren't they in the same class?
They were.
Man, you can't let the other guy punk you, right? You gotta step up. You gotta step up. So somebody get a hold of Michelle Painter and tell her to get a hold of her husband and say, just say yes, Matt. Just say yes. He'll be like, what's it about? Just say yes. And that's how you do it. That's how you do it. So that challenge has been put out. And, of course, I'm probably going to message Trevor here in a little bit and remind him that the challenge has been put out once again this year. I'll try my best not to threaten, again, physical harm to anybody. But if it comes down to it, me and Trevor Mertz going to go at it on the front lawn of the courthouse for a grand total of about 23 seconds. And then I hope he still sponsors. So hopefully McIntosh will sponsor once again this year. So I've challenged Trevor Mertz. Anybody else challenging? I forgot. Have I missed one? Has somebody challenged somebody else?
I don't know. I haven't seen
remember.
anything.
Well, those are the challenges that I do remember from the previous post before we got cut off so abruptly.
Matt Painter is in Burgoo fishing and does not have service.
Oh. Well, tell Michelle to say yes for him.
Somebody get a hold of Michelle then.
Yep, somebody get hold of Michelle. Theoretically, she can say yes.
She can.
Yeah.
I think she can.
We know who wears the pants in that family. Come on. Probably not a good idea to challenge his manhood if I'm trying to get money off of him. So, but again, he is not going to see this because he's in Burgoo. Well, that'd be nice. Nice to be there fishing right now.
Good day for it, for sure.
Today's a good day to golf.
It would be.
Unfortunately, I'm going to walk and weed eat later today. So anyways, we are here downtown Spencer. If you're just tuning in, that's what I was always told to say. If you're just tuning in, the three of us are not Larry, Moe, and Curly. We're not the Three Stooges. We're hanging out trying to sell tickets or sponsorships to the second annual Raider Rally Elimination Dinner.
Wise guy.
Wise guy, eh? The Elimination Dinner is going to take place Saturday, the 7th of June. So it is coming up very quickly. I know it seems like we've got forever, but we really don't. It'll be here before you know it. And if you want a chance at this year's grand prize or any of the other mini prizes there'll be. If you want to have a good time on a Saturday night in Spencer, if you want to hang out and support Roane County athletes, here's the way to do it. You can either get a sponsorship. Again, there's 3 levels of sponsorships for the event. It's maroon, it's white, and it's gray. Maroon is $1,000. You get 5 tickets to the event for $1,000. And again, tickets are $100 a piece, so you're basically getting $1,000 sponsorship for $500 if you do the numbers. You also get T-shirts, logo on the back of the T-shirts for the boys. You also get recognition at the stadium. You also get recognition on the PA. All sorts of awesome stuff for that $1,000. If you want to do the white sponsorship, that's $500. You get 2 tickets to the event and some recognition as well. If you want to do a gray sponsorship, that's $250, and you get a free ticket to the event. So sponsorships, I think, are the way to go. You don't even have to technically be a business. If you'd like to sponsor as an individual, that's fine.
Yes.
You're more than welcome to do that.
I just had a question asked. Do you have to be there to win? No.
No,
you do not have to be there to win. It is a fun night. It's a great night.
We hope you would show up if you can.
We would like you to be there, but no, you can purchase a ticket and not have to be there to win.
In fact, one of the 3 finalists from last year was not in the building. They had a representative who was messaging them on the phone whether they wanted to split the money when there was a final 3.
I remember that.
And they chose no, and they went home empty-handed. Actually, they stayed home empty-handed, I should say. So, yeah, you do not have to be present to win. But, again, the offer is out there if you buy a ticket to show up and have a blast. It is so much fun. I swear to people, if you've not been to one ever, you've got to show up to one. You have no idea what it's about until you're there. And, again, I want to tell people, if you are buying a ticket or if you have a sponsorship and you plan on attending this event, make sure that you bring cold, hard cash with you. Bring money, because there are silent auctions. There are raffle drawings. There's 50-50, which I won last year. And donated back, might I add, so
That's
people
true.
who were booing me should be okay with it.
Very true.
But
And
throughout the night.
and multiple chances to buy back in, right?
Throughout
or,
the
or
evening.
get an extra ticket in the basket.
yeah, that's one thing. So of the 220 tickets or whatever, you get a little bit down the line, and they're going to pause and take a break. And at that point, you're going to have a chance, if you've been eliminated, to go back up and purchase a chance at getting back into the event. Now, the great thing about it, the thing that's so much fun is, if it's early in the elimination, right, and let's say you're the 3rd one out and you don't win anything, right? Well, that first break, you have a chance to buy back in a raffle drawing, and it'd be like $5 per ticket, right, to try. You get a little later, they take another break. Well, now there's fewer people involved, so it's going to be $10 per ticket. And then you get down and there's like 20 people left, and you can buy back in, an opportunity at least, on a raffle. It's going to cost you some money to buy tickets to see if you can win back in. So bring money, number one. Bring cash to the event, because you're not just going to spend money getting there. You can have the opportunity to spend more and have a good time with that.
Did you win back in last year?
I did win back in last year. I did. I'm not going to tell everybody how much it cost me to get back in. But, yes, I bought back in. I got put out very late, and I think we did a buy back in with like 15 numbers left or something like that. And my number was drawn right after the 50-50 drawing and right after something else that I won. Heck, the 3rd time I won in a row, I wasn't even in the building. I was out at the bar trying to refill. And I heard them call my name, and I'm running back in, and the Boo Birds started. I felt bad about that. I was like, man, sorry.
That's why you wore a helmet.
Yes, I
For your-
finally grabbed one of those helmets
For your safety.
Yeah. Cruz, it is Saturday. The elimination dinner is Saturday, June 7th. Saturday, June 7th is the elimination dinner. It's an evening event. Again, doors open 5 o'clock for dinner. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
And you said you'll get started with the actual elimination portion, what, 6:30?
Hopefully 6.
Hopefully around
So
6
hopefully around 6 o'clock they'll start the elimination part of it. Again, it takes a couple hours. It's so much fun, though. It's an absolute blast. So I would certainly challenge Cruz. Hey, here's the deal, Cruz. For $200, you and your wife get a ticket each, and you can come and relax.
Yep.
How about that?
And a good dinner. I
Yeah.
think this year we're going to switch it up. Last year we did pasta. We talked about doing mashed potatoes, baked steak. kind of the fixings with that this year.
Whatever they fix is going to be good, is all I know. That's all I know. It's
Brian
gonna be good.
Gibson ticket.
Brian Gibson.
All right, so Brian Gibson has bought a ticket. And so it begins. What did I say? An hour and a half last year before we started getting things rolling? It's been an hour and a half. Technically, it's been an hour and 15 minutes since we got on 15 minutes late. But
And had a break.
who's counting? Who's counting?
Had an unplanned break.
Unplanned. It's all Swoby's fault. At least that's what we're told.
It's 100,000% Swoby's fault. I hope he's watching this right now. He's probably planting beans, though. Probably he's doing a lot of planting this week and trying to get things done. Although I've never. Is that a yes?
Yeah, that's a yes. It's thumbs up or something like that.
That was a finger up for sure.
Who's that?
Hopefully somebody who's going to buy a ticket. How about that?
Already did.
Okay, good. Never mind. Already got a ticket with that one. You're welcome, Cruz. Now make sure you tell me, yes, I'm buying 2 tickets. How about that? Now that I've given you all the information you need, time to buy the tickets. Let's go. Heck, Cruz could walk here from his house.
Yeah.
He could walk over here. And speaking of Cruz, we're talking about former athletes at Roane County High School. Cruz was a football player at Roane County High School, so it would be an opportunity for him to buy back in and come and join some former athletes as well. Be a good time.
I can't hear what she's asking.
I don't know. We're doing a live remote trying to sell tickets. See, that's what happens when you're down on Main Street in Spencer. You never know what you're going to
Down
get.
on Main Street.
Oh, okay, Cruz. Where do I go to send the money? We're right here, right now. We're at the courthouse lawn.
We're at the courthouse.
Just walk over from your house. We're at the courthouse lawn. He said it'll be down. How about it? All right, Cruz Lawson. Thank you, buddy.
And he can challenge someone
And
while he's here.
You can challenge somebody to buy tickets while you're here. Find somebody that you really need to just rib. Get that knife, just stuck a fork in the side and just twist it. Make sure they are shamed into buying tickets. So we got a couple tickets sold here. That's good. Let's keep it rolling. Again, Ben Ashley has challenged all of his former teammates at Roane County High School for tickets or sponsorships.
If Cruz is coming down to buy a ticket, we'll tell him when he gets here also. But if he's writing a check before he gets here, who should the check go out to?
Yes, my bad. I did not even say anything about that.
The check should go to the Raider End Zone Club.
Yes, if you are writing checks for tickets, write them out on the subject line, the Raider End Zone Club.
On the who to pay to, not
Who to pay to.
Oh, did I say
not
subject
the
line?
memo. Yeah,
Yeah, I'm thinking of like professional.
the memo would be
letters.
the Raider Rally or Evening of Fun.
Yes,
EOF.
EOF. I wrote on mine Evening of Debauchery. Hey, so Cruz Lawson has challenged.
Oh,
And he challenges Aaron Pinson, former Roane County athlete. He's challenging Aaron Pinson,
very
former
nice.
athlete and now father of an athlete. How about that? A couple athletes, actually.
Yeah, we got some coming too.
Yeah. So a challenge is put out to Aaron Pinson. Somebody get a hold of Aaron. Maybe Cruz can get a hold of him. I don't know. So the challenge is put out. So, yeah.
I put on Facebook. I would like to have all former Raider football players come out and spend the evening with us. Not only is it a chance to win prizes or win a grand prize of last year's was $1,500, but it's also a chance to come out, hang out with former teammates, reminisce. Afterwards. When the rally's done, doesn't mean you got to leave. We can still hang out and enjoy each other's company and talk about old times and just have a fun, enjoyable evening right here in Spencer.
Yeah, that's a great thing about Steel Hollow Estates. They're open for the evening. So once the event is over, they've got a lot of room to just mingle around and hang out. And you can stay after the event and hang out and talk and reminisce. It's so much fun just to see people again, to get involved, to be out. I say this all the time, like, we're in a day and age where people need to go out and touch grass once in a while, because a lot of times people isolate. Get out and about and enjoy a night with people, with company, with a lot of people who are like-minded, obviously. They're there to have a good time, but they're there for the number one reason, which is to support Roane County athletes. It's what we do. It's what we do. We support Roane County athletes. And this is the one big event now that you do that with. And again, as Toby said, in years past, how many times would you walk around to business owners and see people and have to ask for money and sponsorships? And
it got to the point where I'd walk in and it felt like people were looking at me like, "What's he want this time?"
What do you want now?
No, really, I'm just here to buy something this time.
No, sorry, I actually need to buy something this time.
Yeah, but no, So multiple times, then I started out doing. I try to have a fundraiser for athletics, a big one. Like we had the Haunted Trail, we had a concert, we had dinner and a show, we had that on top of walking around doing. This has replaced all of that. So this is the one time that I'm going to come around and beg you for money.
The one time. The one time.
The begging.
Hey, speaking of former Roane County athletes,
There's one.
there's one.
Now she won't look at us.
Yeah, look at that. She walked
Her husband
away.
was one as well.
Also, yes. What's that all about? Just walked away when we were talking about money. I don't know. Of course, they do have a kid, a newborn kid.
They
So,
do.
yes, you know,
I've got 3.
costs a
of them.
little money, I hear.
Not newborns.
I saw a study recently, and I'm getting off topic now, but I saw a study that it costs, like, from birth to 18, like $800,000 to raise a kid.
I understand that.
Jeez, Coach Burdett.
Man.
Gee whiz, man.
Think of how rich I would have been, but think of how rich that I am.
Okay,
That's
yes.
right.
Katie Lincoln
Not
asking-
monetary wise. Lincoln Augers. Now they were there last year and had a great time. Thank you, Katie. What's up?
She said it is June 7th, correct? Yes, the event is June 7th. Do they have tickets yet?
I don't think they do.
Well, it sounds to me like we're getting ready to get a ticket sold or two. I have no idea who that is. I can't see anything.
That's Gary Alvis and his daughter Jennifer.
All right. Gary, very involved with Roane County football for a few years now. Actually, he was on the state tournament champion or the state championship team, but he has been a clock runner for you for quite a while now.
He has, and I don't know how many times I've yelled, "Start the clock, Gary."
So you're saying he's doing a terrible job?
No,
now.
he's doing a great job. We just get nervous down the sideline and want the clock to run.
Hurry it up.
Run the clock.
Run the clock. For goodness sakes, run the clock.
Then he gets it on Saturday afterwards because Gary is my cousin and also my neighbor. So when I see him on the farm, I said, "Man, you got to hit that start button." And of course he
I would say,
he argues with me that it
I
wasn't
would
time
say
to run the
though,
clock.
8 out of 10 times he is correct and we are wrong.
He's right. Yeah, you're right.
You're right. You're right. Okay, so here's the next question. Katie Lincoln Auger says, are the prices the same as last year? Yes. Each ticket is $100, but the amount of prizes and the level of prizes is more this year. So there's more opportunities to win than there were last year, which last year there were huge opportunities to win still. But yeah, the prices to get in are the same. It's $100 per ticket, unless you're looking for a sponsorship, as we said.
Right. And we try to make the prizes worth most prizes we gave last year and most prizes we give this year, you get your money back.
Yes. Yeah. We're not talking about you're getting a $10 gas card. Now, maybe we'll have those or something like that, but you're getting really good prizes. The one I wanted to win last year was I think it was a silent auction prize. It was the little mini Blackstone griddle.
Yep.
Oh, I missed it. I missed out on it.
Miss Westfall.
Miss
We
Westfall.
got Miss Candace Westfall from House of Westfall. Oh, sorry, we weren't supposed to say that. We apologize. Well, you're going to be on camera anyway, so it's okay. Oh, no, she backs up. Oh, it depends. What are we doing? Are you wanting a sponsorship or are you wanting a ticket?
What is it for?
It's for the Raider Rally Elimination Dinner coming up on the 7th of June.
What is a ticket cost?
Tickets are $100 a piece. Sponsorships are $250, $500, or $1,000, depending on what you choose. But if you just want a ticket, $100. It gets you dinner and a chance to win up to $1,500. And you do not need to be present, although we would invite you to come because it's a lot of fun.
To Raider End Zone Club.
Yes, and they write it to the Raider End Zone Club. How about this? She just walked across it. I'm giving. She had the checkbook out already. So I'm giving.
She
money.
was ready.
I dig it. Toby's going to write it down.
Yes, sir.
I still got a challenge out to Trevor Mertz. Nobody's heard from him. I hope
You may
he's
have to
okay.
run over there and drop kick him to get his attention.
I'm telling you, it'll be a drop, kick, and run. Now, last year, I couldn't even run away. This year, I may have a chance.
Make this out to whoever you want to
Oh, okay. To me,
Oh, person. Oh, yeah. Add a 0 to that. Add a 0 to the back of it, too. We'll split the profits on that one. I think I'm going to challenge. I got a group message going with a bunch of guys who are Rome County graduates, some of them who were athletes. I think I might put that out to them. I'm going to challenge them. Challenge.
Thank you, Mrs. Westfall.
You are very welcome. Awfully proud of you.
Thank you.
Did a wonderful job.
I appreciate
Well, I
that.
can get this out of that.
Stinginess. Ashley Williams has purchased 2 tickets, Coach Ford.
Nice.
all right.
She has a Raider football player coming in this year.
Thank you very much.
Y'all have, I hope it's very successful for you.
Thank you.
Ashley Williams. 2 tickets, you say?
2 tickets.
To Paradise. It's 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 tickets today. So
8 tickets sold so far. Let's get it rolling. I put a challenge out to, I've got like 15,000 group messages. Now, I blame John Penna for that. He starts like 10 different ones. I can't keep track of them. But this is a group full of former Rome County students, and some of them were Rome County athletes. Most of them actually on this list were former Rome County athletes. So I put a challenge out. So I said, you got to buy tickets to the Elimination Dinner, or they could sponsor the event. Let's see if anybody is willing. Anybody. I'm waiting nervously and with bated breath for Katie Lincoln Longer to respond again, because she asked when it was, and the price is the same, and the next post will be, how about you give me 20 tickets or something like that.
how about former Raider athletes and new business owners and former radio broadcaster Adam Anderson and Cam Wilson?
Absolutely. That is a great, great one to do. I think I need to challenge them. I think I just did. I think Toby just did, honestly. I don't know what I'm saying. Toby's the one that did it. Okay, so somebody get a hold of Adam Anderson and Cam Wilson and tell them they have been challenged to sponsor or just buy tickets. Either way, I would prefer sponsorship, though.
Yeah, it'd
That'd
be fun to
better.
see them come to this event.
Oh, it'd be fantastic. Let me see if I can get a hold. Well, good. Adam's a part of that group. So he has been challenged twice now. He has now been challenged twice. All right, for those of you tuning in, if you're just like, hey, what in the world are Coach Burdett, Coach Ford, and Drew Miller doing sitting in front of a camera? We're here downtown Spencer. We're doing our Raider Rally ticket/sponsorship drive, trying to sell tickets for the event this year. It is coming up June 7th, Saturday, June 7th. Tickets are $100 a piece. If you're worried about that, if you've never been to the event, don't worry. You get a lot for that $100. You get a meal. You get an evening of fun. You get a chance to win multiple prizes that would give you your money back. You have a chance to win the grand prize. Last year's grand prize was $1,500. You have all those chances to have a good time. So that's what the tickets are. And again, if you're trying to sponsor the event, we would love that. And you get tickets for sponsoring. That's a cool thing. If you want to be a Maroon sponsor, it's $1,000. But you get 5 tickets back for that $1,000 sponsorship. So you get $500 worth of tickets back. If you're a white sponsor, it's $500. You get 2 tickets back, so you can take 2 tickets to the event. And if you're a gray sponsor, $250, and you get a ticket, 1 ticket to the event. If I'm an individual person, I go with a gray sponsorship.
Why
Yeah.
not?
Yeah.
Yep. Drew, to answer your question, Wes and Katie Linkenauger are in for 2 tickets.
Beautiful.
Wes just said as long as their names don't get lost in the mix this year. They showed up last year, and you got to understand, it's a crazy night, especially at the door. And
We're hopeful to have that
It was-
solved this year.
yeah, and it was the first time out of the bucket, and we were new to what we were doing, and we had Wes and Katie were like, we bought tickets, and I said, yeah, I know, but your name's not on the list.
We found
It
them.
worked out.
We
We found them. It was all good. Wes and Katie have bought 2 more tickets for this year. So
Thank you so much. Now, I can't remember.
they
That's how
want-
bad we need Penna here for this,
Do
honestly.
they want to challenge someone?
Yeah, do you guys want to challenge somebody?
I can ask.
I can't remember. So, Wes and John Ash, Brooks and Dunn. Which was Brooks, which was Dunn?
I don't think it really mattered.
They didn't care either way?
I don't think so. I don't think it mattered. It may have to them, but either way, they were knocking heads on the football field, and they were good at it.
Yeah.
Both those guys, very
two
good
like to
football
hit hard.
players.
They knew no other way than to hit hard. Speaking of John Ash, rooted over there, a business in town. As you said, is there something in there that sponsored this?
Emily Smith,
Smith.
Okay.
yeah, used to be Emily King. She sponsored. She was a white sponsor. Here goes John Ash right
Oh,
now.
speaking of,
Uh,
maybe Brooks wants to challenge Dunn.
Emily was a $500 sponsor, a white
Fantastic.
sponsor.
Fantastic. Love it. Love it. We've got challenges all over the place, folks. Again, we're holding on Matt Painter. He's in Burgoo, and he is – I shouldn't give his business out like that, but he is fishing right now, so he doesn't have service. But somebody's going to get hold of Michelle and see if she'll at least vouch for him that he's going to match Doug Walker with DW Excavating and their $1,000 maroon sponsorship. Also, Ed Nicholson, who is so good to us, sponsored the event. He's a white sponsor. He also bought 2 more tickets just today. This morning he was the first one to come and give money for another sponsorship. He challenges all other contractors in Roane County or handymen. He challenges you to the same sponsorship or to buy tickets. Of course, Ben Ashley has got his challenge out to all his former teammates. Wes was Dunn. John was Brooks. Katie says,
There
okay,
you
thank
go.
you so
And
much.
Wes has confirmed that he would like to challenge John and Faith Ash to buy a ticket, and also Nathan Reynolds.
Oh, yeah.
Nathan lives right over in Jackson County, so
So a couple challenges.
Wes has challenged John and Nathan.
Boy, I wish we could have, run out in front of John Ash there. He was driving by. It would have been nice to grab him. But, hey, you've been challenged. So, we have a challenge out to a couple of former teammates. John Ash, Nathan Reynolds, you have been challenged by the Lincoln Augers. Let's go. Who else has been challenged? I've already forgotten again. Oh, yeah. Slate Towing and Recovery, a white sponsor, $500, has challenged Will's Towing and Recovery. It's the towing and recovery fight. Now, I messaged Will. We'll see if he gets a hold of me. He may be busy. I mean, that guy is also, by the way, starting a new business.
Look at,
Oh, he is
There
back.
he is.
He's back.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Look at that. Somebody said, "Better get on the horn."
Somebody called somebody for sure.
Drew Miller challenged Trevor Mertz.
I continue to challenge Trevor Mertz. It's going to be a Festivus Feats of Strength challenge. How about that?
There you go.
He's going to come back. He's like, listen, we're going to air our grievances. I'm tired of you challenging me to physical altercations.
We're gonna unhook that camera, and I'm gonna zoom in as you walk in the front door and drop kick Trevor in the chest.
And then you'll
say,
see me
"Bye."
stumbling back out the door.
Yeah.
Trevor's
well,
walk over here and say, "This enough with the sponsoring and money. Let's just get it on."
Yeah. Yeah. He said, "Forget the money. You've got what you asked for."
So the sponsors, the challenges are out there again. We got a challenge, of course, to Trevor from me as always. I'm just challenging him as a business owner to match my business's sponsorship. I think I see Cruz Lawson in the distance. We're gonna have a couple guys meet here. I think John Ash is coming from the left, Cruz Lawson from the right. About to get crazy here. Trevor will probably sneak up from behind there. Choke me, choke me out.
Choke lock.
I told you he's got long limbs.
He does have limbs. There's no doubt.
I don't know how tall Trevor is. I always figured he felt like he was 6'4" to me, but I think he's probably like maybe 6'1", 6'2".
I'd say in that area.
He's pretty tall.
Yeah. He's probably a extra large T-shirt.
I would think. He's in good shape too, though. See, that's where I fall short. Like, if this goes more than 30 seconds, the dude could ride a bike for miles and miles and miles. So I know I couldn't hang, like distance fight. There's no way. There's no way.
No, you're going to have to get it done and over with early.
Was it a bike or an e-bike?
Oh, he's biked for years without an e-bike. I don't know if he has an e-bike now.
I could ride an e-bike for
Yeah,
a long
for
time.
miles and miles until it ran out of energy.
Well, sometimes that happens.
Quentin Keaton with Jaguar Ford has an e-bike. They have it at the actual building. Actually, that's at their dealership.
Trying to sell it?
I didn't know they were using it.
Oh.
When Gabe Osaboy came in, he was riding around
Well, you ride
the lot with it.
one end of the lot to the other.
Yeah. Look at this guy. Oh, Cruz Lawson. He puts up the peace sign backwards, which means he wants 2 tickets,
He wants
my
2
guy.
tickets.
Oh, I thought he was saying ×2.
Oh, yeah. He's awesome sauce.
Thank you, sir.
Fantastic.
Thank you, sir.
Put him on here.
Yeah, make sure we put him on here.
Put this
Yeah. Oh, yeah, he said
You got to issue your challenge out to someone.
yeah, you got to challenge somebody to buy a ticket.
You don't get to just walk down
Yeah,
there.
sorry, you don't get out that easily. So we're happy to be joined by Cruz Lawson. And again, Cruz, you're not on camera-ish. You're sort of on camera. Don't worry about it. Former Roane County athlete, tremendous football player. You have bought some tickets to this event, and now you have a challenge to put out to somebody. Who do you have in your head? I know you've already put it out there, but I want to hear it.
Well, I'll take Aaron Pinson and Joe Lowe.
Both of them.
Both of them.
Aaron Pinson, Joe Lowe, you two have been challenged to buy tickets, right?
Yes.
Okay, so Cruz Lawson, he put his money where his mouth was, and he challenged the two of you. And you can't go back and be like, well, what'd you do? He bought 2 tickets. That's what he did. So the challenge is out there. Get a hold of those guys if you can, too. Tell them they've been challenged.
Okay.
Awesome sauce. Thank you to Cruz
Thanks, guys.
Lawson
Thank you,
very
Cruz.
much.
Appreciate it.
John Ash hanging out there. Got confirmation that you were Brooks, not done. So good to know. Yeah, I would hate to get that wrong, like in his presence. John was always a nice guy to me, but I always felt like if I said something wrong, that I would get hit. Not like with a fist, but I mean, just he would just truck me.
Just run you over.
Yeah,
He was good at that.
yeah. And one of the more unselfish
Coach Peary
players that I can remember.
Coach Peary found out about that. He talked about that often on a kickoff. I think it was his sophomore year. I don't know that he remembers much after that. But yes, he remembers the way John Ash hit.
Like, yeah, John was such
I
an
think he said he spent the rest of the night on the bench trying to find himself.
that settles a lot of questions I've had about him as an adult, though. So that's good. John, a very unselfish player, by the way. One year he was fullback, and then you needed somebody on the line. So what did he do?
Wes just the same.
Yep.
Wes the same. Wes was a tight end. John was a fullback. John was a second-team all-conference fullback as a sophomore. And then the next year we were short on linemen, and we knew we were going to have to shore that up to have any type of success. And John and Wes both went down and played guard that year and played it really well, I may add.
Yeah.
And we were 8-2 that year, and they did a phenomenal job on the front line.
They may have been slightly undersized for linemen, but they're not with heart. They had a full heart, and that was awesome. to
That
see.
goes back to, we talked about it earlier, the one.
Yep.
Those guys sacrificed the positions that they wanted or had played at to play on the line that year to make us be what we could be as a team, and that was pretty awesome.
Yeah, such good stuff. And to see them as adults with kids, a family, successful is so much fun. It's so much fun to see what these young men become. Not just the young men, but all of the former athletes at Roane County, what these youngsters become, because we have relationships with these kids, all 3 of us. You know, Toby, as an athletic director, people may think that you are an isolated human being doing a job. You are a very big face and an impact in these kids' lives. They see you all the time, and not only just, in school anyway, but they see you at these games. You travel. I was talking on the air about the time you went to Pocahontas County one time.
Yes, for a soccer match.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's part of it. I mean, I enjoy sports anyway, but to be associated with the teams, all the teams, because of my job, I mean, it makes you proud to go out and see these kids competing at the high level that they compete at, and try the best they can, and try to bring some, not try to, they bring pride back to Roane County. The way they compete, our kids we have are outstanding kids. They citizenship wise, you get so many I get so many compliments from officials, from visiting teams, from opposing coaches. Everybody compliments us on how well our kids are and how hard they play, and it's so much joy and pride to me to see that happen.
Yeah, lest anybody think this is about money for these two. It is not. I was thinking about the amount of hours that you guys put in. If you were to divide that into the actual pay, holy cow, it would be not good. It would be pennies on the dollar. It's about the love for the kids and the love of promoting good citizenship in these people. And I've talked to Burdett, Coach, many times about this. It's not about the wins and losses. It's about molding and shaping these young men into who these good citizens and these good fathers and these good employees and these good business owners that you see, and that's what it's all about.
Yeah, and that was the last part of the post that I talked about earlier that I'd made. The wins are great and the losses are going to happen along the way, but to be able to watch these young men leave our program and grow up to be even better fathers and husbands or brothers and sons, whatever it may be, that's the great part about it, and to see these guys come back and watch them raise their families, that's a great part.
So enough of the sappy stuff. Let's sell some tickets. Come on, here we go. We've sold some tickets today now. So got a lot of challenges, too. Cruz Lawson, who just bought 2 tickets, former Roane County athlete, has challenged a couple of his former teammates. Aaron Pinson has been challenged, as well as Joe Lowe. You two have been challenged. If somebody out there knows those two, tell them that we're talking smack about them on live. We're doing it right now. Somebody gently remind Trevor Mertz that I'm asking him for a sponsorship.
Gently remind.
I don't want to be the one that messages him again. Actually, he messaged me because he's like, I heard you're talking trash. Are you trying to fight or what? Hey, it worked last year. I got to think of a new plan this year. Kill him with kindness. That's what I'm going to do. So we got sponsorship challenges out as well. DW Excavating has challenged Paramount Surveying. Doug Walker challenging his former teammate Matt Painter. Towing companies get involved in the action. Slate Towing and Recovery, a white sponsor, challenging Will's Towing and Recovery to match a white sponsorship.
You can send a personal message on that one.
Yeah, I sent Will a message. We'll see if he responds. I was getting ready to say, yeah, he started a new company too. Will has started a company called K&R Inflatables. So if you've ever seen bounce houses or anything like that, Will has started a company that does that. And he has inflatables, he's got obstacle courses, and he has the mechanical bull.
Whoa.
He's got it all. Yeah.
This is a good way to get that name out.
Yeah.
It would be a great way.
He just started advertising on my station, so I figured I'd give him an opportunity here. Maybe K&R Inflatables wants to do a sponsorship instead of Will's Towing. Maybe Will's Towing and K&R Inflatables wants to do one.
And issue a challenge.
Yeah, maybe. If he responds, I'll ask him. Also, we've got some personal challenges going out of our own. I have challenged a group message of former Roane County students and athletes, including one of Toby's challenges, which is brand new business owner and former Roane County athlete Adam Anderson and former Roane County athlete Cam Wilson. Those two are kind of in business a bit together there, and Toby Ford has challenged them to sponsor or to buy tickets. Would be awesome to see them. That would be great. Of course, you know, that'd be difficult, obviously. Again, they both have families. They both are busy people. Cam lives down in Tennessee. Adam's up in Morgantown. So it is difficult, but we would love if we could get them here. But even if we can't get them here, give us your money, guys. Come on.
My wife always thinking outside the box. She's my brains. She says, challenge former coaches to come buy your tickets and support our cause.
Yes.
So a challenge out to all former coaches at Roane County High School.
Buy tickets. Former Roane County High School coaches, let's go.
They know what it takes. They know the struggle year in, year out to make sure that, you know, the money is flowing enough to keep everything going in all sports. So come buy your ticket. Come be a part.
If I remember, Pat and Danielle Williams bought tickets last
Pat
year
and
and
Danielle.
challenged the current coaches.
Yep. And I believe last year Coach Jarvis and Betsy had
Yes.
tickets to the event.
I remember when Pat and Danielle came in, they even bought tickets for their family members in Morgantown.
And he was the one on the phone.
Yes, yes. So you just never know. You never know. Get the word out with us, guys. Share this video. Share it. People will be like, what in the world are these three jackals doing downtown? Yeah, we're numbskulling it up right now. We're trying to provoke, prod, shame, badger, and beg people for tickets or sponsorships. There ain't no shame in this game right here, all right? I will do whatever it takes to sell tickets or sponsorships to this event. I will do it. I think we have decided we want to come back again at some point later on and do another one of these, maybe in a week or two. We've only got about 4 or 5 weeks before this thing happens. So
Yeah, it's
we
closing in
probably-
pretty quick.
Maybe we talked maybe Memorial Weekend. Or?
Yes. So like the week before, if we've got anything else that we want to do, try to get some final opportunities for sponsorships or ticket sales. And again, tickets will go pretty quickly. They're already going quickly. We are right around under 100 tickets at this point.
Yes, left.
Yeah.
Left.
So we'd be happy to walk off the lot here in a little bit and just not have any tickets left. That would be great.
And I have to come back again in a couple of weeks. That'd be awful.
It would be awesome.
Unless we can provide people with a lot of entertainment.
Just wrap it up here today and go on with it.
Listen, we can provide entertainment to the masses no matter what.
Remember, it's not just a donation. It's not just a buy a ticket to a dinner. You have multiple ways to win your money back that night. Cash prizes, gas cards, food cards. Going to add this year a couple rifles to the event. Of course, if you're a winner of one of those, you would have to go to Carpenter's General Store and fill out your paperwork to make that happen. But it's still yours in the end.
Speaking of Carpenter's General Store, Amy Nichols going by. Carpenter's Cash Saver running all that stuff.
There's two more sponsors that are always happy to help with just about anything you ask them for.
Yep, 100%.
Not related to sports, even anything. Great business owners in this community.
We do have great business owners, that is for sure. Oh, I forgot to. Speaking of business, what is going on with me? Speaking of business owners that I need to challenge, I'm challenging my brother-in-law, Dan Powell. Now,
Dan Powell.
granted, they are on the road right now. They're heading down to the beach, so probably not going to see this. I don't know, maybe Elliot's scrolling Facebook or something like that while she's not yelling at him for driving some way. Right, but I'm challenging Dan Powell. We had to challenge him last year. Tank did, right? Tank challenged him.
Yeah, and he bought 2 tickets, I think, instead of, which
Yeah.
is fine. That's great.
Ticket sales are good.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they came to the event, had a good time.
And then Tank paid for the tickets right here at the table. Now, whether he gave her guys money back or not, I don't know.
You have to ask
And I
them.
really don't care.
It doesn't
Yeah,
matter.
It doesn't matter to me. It's so
Yeah, that could have been a battle. Who knows? Maybe they did an Indian leg wrestling contest to see who actually took the money for that.
The old
if
leg
that happened,
wrestling.
if that happened, Ellie definitely won.
Yes. Well, as I said, she cheated when we were kids. That was a big thing for our whole family. We do Indian leg wrestling, right, during Christmas events. Well, my sister was limber. She could do splits, so you could, like, you could be stronger than her and just put that leg back. She wouldn't flip. It's cheating. It's cheating is what it is.
Cheating.
Is he coming this way? We're still trying to figure that out.
He's just waving.
He's just waving. Okay.
He probably doesn't know he's been challenged.
Do you know you've been challenged? Oh, yeah. Right, he heard it. He did hear it.
Hey, there's
Yes.
By the Lincoln Augers.
There's my truck.
By the Lincoln Augers.
For a good, that is your truck.
Yes.
I did. I was happy
See
to
you, John.
confirm that you were Brooks and not Dunn. I was happy to confirm that because I've forgotten, and Penna's not here to tell me, so I did figure that out. Yes, he does. I do have a challenge out to John Penna or Penna's Barbershop as well. Even though he did cold shoulder us when he came to
He
work
did.
this morning.
Boy, that
Totally.
was rough, wasn't
I
it?
think he was late.
Yeah, no. He knew that we were getting ready to talk to him about money, and he walked away and he cold shouldered us. That's exactly what happened. I'm not thrilled about it. That's all I'm saying. I'm not thrilled about it. I challenge him to a walk-off right now. I think that'd be a good battle right now. We've both been walking a lot. Still think I could take him though.
That doesn't sound nearly as violent as Trevor's challenge.
It's not. It is totally not. Oh, man. Somebody get hold of Trevor Mertz again. Tell him I'm talking about him. See if he messages me again. He'd probably be like, not again this year, buddy. Still haven't heard anybody from my group message, including Adam Anderson, so maybe they're all pondering how much they want to give. That would be awesome. They're just thinking about, boy, I really want to give money to this cause. I'd like to come back to Spencer and hang out for an evening, have a blast, have a chance to win money or great prizes. I do know a few of us in the group are already going to be there because a couple of us in the group are business owners who have already sponsored, so I do know that's going to happen. Anybody out there, comments on the video, we'd prefer to hear from you. We want to know if you're going to come to the events. If you got any questions, we're open books right now. We're trying to get the information to you, but we're open books because we know some people just tune in and they're like, well, what's this all about? They may not read the comment section. They may have no idea what the Raider Rally live remote means on the title of the video. What we're doing is we're trying to sell sponsorships or tickets to the Raider Rally Elimination Dinner. It is year number 2. Year 1 was a smashing success. We want to make it even bigger this year with more sponsors. They've already decided they're doing more prizes and some better prizes even. So we just need the people in the seats and the people to buy the tickets for it. Tickets individual are $100. Don't freak out when you hear that price. Last year, we thought the people were going to freak out, and really they didn't when we told them what they were getting for that. And so now that everybody knows what they're getting for it, we just need people to make sure they get a hold of us and buy these tickets.
And it's a good point that we hadn't made this year. We stressed it a lot last year, but Paul made it this morning. He said how if you were to drive to Charleston or drive to Parkersburg or somewhere, even if you drove to Ripley and went out to dinner and did something along with doing that, I mean, you get dinner and a good time entertainment here, a couple hours. If you do to go somewhere else, you're going to spend easily $100 if it's just you. I mean, you're going to spend $20 in gas alone probably. So it's well worth it. Well worth it. Just even for the ticket price and to know the fact that your money is actually going to help to a good cause.
Yeah. We don't mind you being patrons to places, to businesses. That's obviously great, but to do it and get something back in reward for it, and to know you're rewarding and giving it back to the kids in Roane County, because it does. It is a nonstop year-round battle to get the finances necessary to run high school programs. It's just the way it is. The equipment costs money. Gas costs money for trips. Officials cost money. Things cost money, and it's just the way it's going to be.
That's the way it is.
So here's the way to give money back.
And get something in return for doing
Yeah.
that. It's not, you're not just giving us money and giving the school money and not getting anything out of it. I
That's
mean,
got to feel better for you, not to just walk around asking for money for
Yes,
nothing. Well, not nothing, but with no reward system in part. you
right.
know?
And that, when I started doing all those other things, that's my whole thing. Get something for people to do. One, and two, you're getting something for your money. I mean, you're getting a dinner, an evening of fun. It's not just, oh yeah, here's a donation, and think go on your way. You know, and an opportunity to win stuff.
Yeah.
Win stuff back. I mean,
I noticed that John didn't stop by here. John Ashton didn't actually buy a ticket yet.
he did not. He waved and he said he heard he's been challenged.
He,
Heard
smi- he
he'd
smiled
been
real
challenged.
big. He smiled real big.
Yes.
I can't read that guy. Can't read that guy.
You know, maybe he just had to go home and collect his thoughts. You know what I mean?
That stuff happens sometimes.
Or maybe he didn't have his checkbook with him.
That baby's got to go back and get it.
Yeah. You don't have to pay right now, John. You can just tell us, give me 2 tickets, and we know where you are.
Yeah, we know you're good for it. Speaking of that, if you do want to write a check, you could write a check to the Raider End Zone Club. That is the check that you need to write, the Raider End Zone Club. And that is how you will get your tickets ready to go. Or people have dropped by with just cash in hand, and that's
Or
fine
cash,
too.
yeah.
Doesn't matter. However you want to do it.
Imagine having a room full of former Raider athletes at this event. There's a lot of them already. I mean,
Yeah.
just in sponsorships and what have you. But it'd be fun to have everybody there and to be able to have a good time afterwards and enjoy each other's company. I've sent a couple text messages out to people who had bought last year I hadn't heard from yet. So
Yeah, it's part of the issue is just trying to remember who all was there last year, try to reach out to them again. You know, we do the best we can to try to promote this event and make sure that people get a chance to get their eyes on it, but you just never know. You know, you can post on Facebook as much as humanly possible, but it could fall down the list and people might not see it. So
It happens all the time. I didn't even know what was going on. And
Yeah.
You hear that all the time.
So we try to be consistent here, at least with these two and myself and Roane County High School's Facebook page and WVRC's Facebook page. Of course, we did a live interview with Coach Ford in studio. Then we got a good after interview meeting with Coach Burdett on video chat.
well, I got a little busy that day and completely forgot. I'll just be honest. I was manual laboring that day. Very manual labored.
I think it'll be a while before I don't take the opportunity to rib you for that, by the way. So it's going to be awesome. Be awesome to have that ability. Somebody challenge somebody.
I see a lot of people driving by, but I don't see a lot of stoppage.
Yeah, got a lot of people driving through town here today. It is a gorgeous day, by the way. It is a gorgeous day. We'd love you to stop down and hang out and chat a little bit. Ask Coach Burdett about his coaching style. It's all right. I'm sure he'd be happy to talk everything X's and O's right now.
Oh, Lord.
Are you going to have a coach's mic next year? Like just clip
mic
clip
you
it on
up.
his hat?
It's not a great
game.
idea.
Huh?
We had talked about that before, but I have FCC regulations. I probably would fail. Yeah, probably not a good idea to mic up Coach Burdett in his most ragey moments.
You know, things have died down over the years, though. I got to say that when John Ash and those guys were there, it was a little different than what some of these guys experience here today. You know, you get older, and I don't know about wiser, but you get older.
You say you mellow out a little bit?
Well, you get youthful coaches on your staff. That's their job, to get all fired up and rally the troops. And that type of stuff. There goes Rick Mullen. He done bought his tickets.
Nice.
Yeah,
Awesome
so
sauce.
you let the young guys, bring the majority of the fire. Not that every now and then. Every now
I
and then
gotta
it gets a
say
little
is-
sparky.
All I gotta say is I watched you on the sideline. If you call that mellowing out, I don't know. That's pretty harsh if that's mellowing out for you. I'm just kidding, Coach. I'm just kidding. You're intense, all right?
Very
That's what it
intense,
is. Very
yes.
intense.
Competitive.
Yes, yes. So we got challenges out, folks. Again, we want to hear from these people. Of course, the Lincoln Augers challenge, John Ash, he walked away like a weakling. I'm going to say that right now while he's nowhere in my presence. And then I'm going to say that Coach Burnett told me to do that because he had my back on that one.
I can talk him down. It's all right.
Thank
Drew.
you. Thank you. I appreciate that.
They also, Lincoln Augers also challenged Nathan Reynolds.
Yes, Nathan Reynolds has been challenged. Somebody get a hold of Nathan, for goodness sakes.
Probably what needs to happen is Wes needs to message both of those guys and say, hey, man up, I've challenged you.
Yeah,
So Wes, if you're still listening, send him a message.
yeah. Mentions those guys. Cruz Lawson said he was going to send a message to his two challenge victims, Joe Lowe and Aaron Pinson. You two have been challenged to buy tickets as well to this event. Be good to have all those guys back, hanging out, talking. You know, it's so natural, it's so organic. You get a group of guys together who played sports together, and inevitably, whether it's meant to be happening or not, somebody's going to start talking about the years, and they're going to get into a conversation. Before you know it, the wives are like, let's go. It's like 4 hours later, like, no, I'm having too much fun.
That's the
talking
good
about this."
part.
That's the great
That's
part
the best
about it.
part about the evening is you have the whole evening to do that.
Yeah.
You know, the only time you really got to pay attention to what's going on is when somebody is drawing a ball out.
Yep.
You better make sure it's your number.
Yeah, make sure you win when you're supposed to win. And you could win it all. You could win it all. Just ask
Could
Mike
win it all.
Roberts. Last year's winner.
Actually, with the options given with the buybacks, you could win multiples.
Yep.
You could.
You could.
You could have the last two tickets in a drawing at the
Oh,
end of the night.
wow.
Imagine that. Knowing that no matter what, you win.
You have won it all. It's so interesting how you can win. So we talked about like Mickey Carpenter, who bought tickets last year and sent them to town. He couldn't be here, so he had people in his stead. The winner last year, Mike Roberts, it was a challenge victim that we had last year
That's
here,
right.
Bill Higgs.
Bill Higgs.
We challenged Bill Higgs, former Rome County High School football player. Who lives down in Asheville. Yeah, we challenged him. We said, dude, you've got to buy tickets. And he was like, sure. I'm not going to be able to make it, but sure. So he sent his mom and Mike to the event. They had a blast. And guess what? When it came down to it, Mike ended up winning.
Yep.
So it's a great time. It is a great time. Okay. Cruz said, I messaged both of them. Aaron and Joe are working right now. Oh, man. It's too nice of a day to be working. Except we're kind of working. Of course, they're making money. We're
making
Hey, in
not
a
our
way,
money.
in
We're
a
not
way,
making
yeah.
money.
we're not making money. We're making memories.
There's Hall Dog.
Hold on.
We have a new sponsor.
We have a new sponsor.
Yep.
Who do we have?
Roan Self Storage.
Yes.
Right sponsorship.
Awesome, awesome. Thank you, Bridget, so much. I guess I should add Jerry into that, right, too?
Yeah, I'm sure he's a part.
He's involved.
Yeah.
Yes, definitely.
Yes.
Thank you guys so much, though.
Thank you. Yes.
Hey, and if they have a challenge, let us know. If you guys have a challenge for a sponsorship of a white sponsor, let us know who you're challenging. We've got challenges galore out there. Ben Ashley was the first this morning before we even came on the air. He was putting out a challenge on his Facebook account to all his former teammates in whatever sports they played together to buy tickets to the event. Doug Walker has challenged Matt Painter from Paramount Surveying, DW Excavating, challenging Paramount Surveying to a maroon sponsorship. That would be awesome. Again, we're going to wait and see when Matt gets into service. So that might not happen during our next 45 minutes here,
It
but
may not happen today, but he will know that the challenge, the gauntlet, has been laid down.
he will know for sure.
So these slate towing and recovery and Roan self storage. If sometimes send a logo. We'll get it on the board for you.
Yes, yes. Make sure you send logos to Toby Ford or Coach Paul Burdette. Get a hold of them, figure out how you can do that. Also, speaking of Slate Towing and Recovery, a white sponsor for that side of the business. They are challenging Will's Towing and Recovery. I've put a message out to Will, see if he can respond at some point today, if not in the next few days, to match the white sponsorship, the $500 sponsorship. I'm missing one again. What am I missing? There was ECI. That's what it was. Oh, my goodness. Ed Nicholson, who is a white sponsor and then came and bought 2 extra tickets, has challenged all Roane County contractors. If you're a contractor in business in Roane County, or if you're just a handyman in Roane County, he has challenged you to match a white sponsorship or to buy tickets to this event. You'll find out how much fun it truly is if you've never been to one. And if you didn't make it last year, that's okay. You got an opportunity this year. All sorts of.
Just quit.
Yeah, Coach walked off. He's done. He's done. He said, I quit. Oh, he's grabbing my trash. Thank you, Coach. Appreciate that. It was wearing him out. He couldn't handle it.
Citizenship. Actually, he's going to get a haircut, I think.
Oh, he may. Maybe he's going to walk over there and tell Penny he needs to buy his sponsorship or ticket. They can stop by and get Jamie Justice while he's at it.
Yes.
I've already got a sponsorship out to Trevor Mertz from Macintosh Hardware, Furniture, and Appliance. Hopefully he's able to sponsor again this year. I'm sure he would put a challenge out to Jamie Justice from Richard's Lawn and Garden, Gravely, a long-time business in Roane County. We'd love to have them back.
They were there. They sponsored last year.
They sponsored. They came to the event. Hopefully they had a good time with it. Again, personal challenges all over the place for former athletes. The Lincoln Loggers have challenged John Ash and Nathan Reynolds. Cruz Lawson, who bought a couple tickets, has challenged Aaron Pinson and Joe Lowe. Of course, those 2 are working, so that'll be one that we find out after the fact. That's fine. And again, if you are not able to do it today, but you want to get involved, make sure Monday morning you call Roane County High School, ask for Coach Burdette or Coach Ford, or you can just get hold of them on Facebook. They're very easy to contact, I promise you. Just send them a PM, say, hey, I'd like to get a ticket or 2, or how do I do? Very simple. It's easy to do. I think you guys have made it as simple as possible, honestly.
Try to, yeah. User friendly.
Okay, Cruz Lawson, he's on a challenge train now.
Uh-oh.
He also challenges Matt Price.
Oh.
Matt Price, you have been challenged to buy tickets to the Raider Rally Elimination Dinner.
Very cool. Thank you, Cruz.
Heck yeah, he's getting involved, by golly.
I'll tell you what, he is very involved with
Yeah.
He got kids coming up, and you see him at lots of different events and supporting and trying to help out any way he can, and we are very appreciative.
Yeah, very good presence in middle school wrestling, off-season wrestling, very big presence. I was up at a track meet. He's helping out, not just being on the side. He's actually working the event as well. Football season, he ran the camera for the middle school. So one of those dads that's involved, wants to be involved.
That's good. Helps make it work. We need all the help we can get, that's for sure. Never turn anybody down for help, that's for sure.
Yeah, volunteerism is a lost art, and it's a much-needed one around here for sure. Still waiting for my buddies to respond.
I maybe sent the wrong chat.
Maybe I did. Maybe look back at this real quick here. Let me see. Did I send it to... Oh, no, I sent it to my mom accidentally. No, I'm kidding.
All right, Judy, you're up. You've been challenged.
No, I sent it to the right one. Speaking of, in that chat is, by the way, one of the business owners that just challenged Jamie Justice. He's going to be avoiding me like the plague right now. Again, I'm not asking you to give money for nothing. How about that? I'm asking you to give money for a cause.
That was a quick haircut.
He doesn't have much hair left.
That's true.
He keeps it short, keeps it high and tight all the time. Didn't have much hair to cut. Did you go over there and tell Penna to stop procrastinating?
He said, I did it last year. I said, I know. We're waiting on this year.
Yeah, we're waiting again.
Can't live in the past.
Yeah, that was yesterday.
Uh-oh. Oh,
There was a lyric, that's too, you're so 2000 and late, or whatever it was. Boy, the wind picking up here now. I need to get the wind socks on these things again.
Yeah.
So it doesn't sound like we're in a tumbler when these wind gusts happen. I'll tell you, we were at Buffalo a couple nights ago for softball, and that wind was whipping. You could almost not hear us. That's how bad that wind was blowing.
it was a chilly evening.
While you were gone, by the way, Cruz Lawson, he's on a challenge train. Challenge Matt Price.
Matt Price was just here.
Well, what the heck?
Just saw him just a few minutes ago.
Maybe that's what made him think about it. Maybe he saw Matt and said, oh, get that guy challenged too. Well, we got about 30 more minutes here, folks, so let's get involved. Let's get excited about this. We're excited. I know how much fun it is. I can't wait for the event to happen. I already got my tickets. I've already got my sponsorship.
There he does.
Hey, there's Jamie Justice, by the way.
There he is.
Don't you walk away from us. You better come back here. Hey, tell him I challenged him to a physical altercation again. Tell him I challenged him to a physical altercation again this year.
Yo, something about physical altercation.
Tell him I challenged him to a physical altercation again this year.
Oh, I'd like to see that.
Look at buddy Jamie Justice. He would prefer the altercation, unfortunately. I got to be careful doing this because I'm going to get myself into a situation at some point I can't get out of.
Somebody's going to accept the challenge.
Yeah. And they're not going to accept the fact that I've got 2 bum hips and a bad back. They're just going to be like, yeah, whatever. Talk is cheap. Let's go.
You just need 2 turntables.
And a microphone.
You got that.
I got the phone. I got the microphone. I got a bunch of those. Yeah, we got about 30 minutes left here, folks, so make sure you get your challenges out. Make sure you message us here on Facebook. Let us know that you want to be involved in the Raider Rally Elimination Dinner just as a patron, just having a good Saturday night in Spencer, or if you want to support by sponsoring the event as a business owner or an individual. Again, you do not have to be a business owner to sponsor this. If you want to be Joe Schmo sponsors the event as a maroon, white, or gray sponsor, go